Cow Hollow has a very clean rule right now. The first month matters. After 90 days, the market starts acting like it has already made up its mind. Charm stops talking and transactions start talking. The surprising thing is not just price. It is how fast leverage moves from seller to buyer, depending on when a listing hits the market. Alejandro opens.
Cow Hollow still has the kind of appeal that makes people assume the market must always behave the same way. Polished streets, expensive taste, and just enough confidence to act like urgency is a lifestyle choice. But the real line here is time, not glamour, and that is much more useful. A shallow market feels elegant on the surface and slightly ruthless underneath. There is not a lot of inventory to hide in, which is great if you are the right listing, and less great if you are the listing still waiting for the market to come around. That is where the mood shifts from neighborhood story to market structure, and Andrew has the specifics.
The market right now is thin, just 5 active listings, 1 pending, and 24 confirmed closings year to date. That context matters for everything that follows. In the last 3 months, Cow Hollow's over-ask rate was 58.3%. Over the prior 3-year period, it was 27.1%. So the short-term market is not just firmer, it is materially more competitive. Median over-ask also flipped from negative 1% to positive 4.6%. That is not a rounding issue. That is a change in buyer behavior. Speed confirms it. Listings that go pending in under 14 days post a 56.5% over-ask rate. At 14 to 30 days, that rate is still 44.4%. By 60 to 90 days, it drops to 24.2%. And after 90 days, the premium starts breaking down. Alejandro has the human version of what that feels like.
The human version is simple. Cow Hollow is not one market. It is 2 moods wearing the same address. The first mood is fresh inventory, where everything still feels polished, desirable, and competitive. The second mood begins when a listing starts aging in public. Once it drifts toward 90 days, the tone changes, and not subtly. Sellers stop projecting confidence and start negotiating with the silence. That is why the nominal median can fool people here. The headline number and the competitive reality can point in completely different directions at the same time. Andrew has the price and tier data.
This year, the headline median sale price came in at $1,732,944, which sounds softer until you see median price per square foot rise to $1,311 from $1,231, while days on market improved from 56 to 48.5 and over-ask strengthened. The market did not get generous. The sales mix moved down market. The tier data adds precision. In the $1.5 to $2.5 million band, median days on market is 41. That is the middle tier, and it is the most actively competitive segment in the current window. Alejandro has the buyer and seller read.
And here is what that timing picture means in practice for buyers. Decisiveness in the first 30 days on a well-positioned property is not aggression. It is reading the market correctly. At 41 days median in the middle tier, the window is real but not wide. Past 90 days, leverage begins to migrate. For sellers, clean entry matters more than heroic revision. Price cuts after 90 days are basically the spreadsheet version of a change of heart. And the market has already moved on before the paperwork catches up. Tell us in the comments, if you are weighing Cow Hollow right now, what matters more in your calculation? The competitive pressure on fresh listings in the first 30 days or the negotiating window that opens when a listing ages past 90. We want to know how buyers are actually running this math. Subscribe so you catch our next community breakdown before you narrow your search. Vladimir has the close.
What that means is not obvious from the headline. Buyers who anchor on the lower median sale price may think Cow Hollow has loosened. The analysis says the opposite. Lower price product traded while competitive behavior on the right listings actually intensified. This is a decisive market in the first 30 days and a negotiating one past 90. Sellers should take the mirror image. Clean entry matters more than heroic revision. Everything you just heard, the 58.3% recent over-ask rate, the speed premium that starts breaking after 90 days, the difference between nominal price and real market strength, This is the analysis Big Data Realty runs before a client ever writes an offer. If you are evaluating Cow Hollow or comparing it against Marina, Pacific Heights, or Russian Hill, reach out. Our network of trusted local realtors works every part of the transaction backed by this kind of market intelligence. Cow Hollow is still competitive, just not for the same listing forever. Big Data Realty. We run the numbers. You make the call.